Welcome to OOD Works, the podcast, a show about unique individuals and the services provided by Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, the state agency that helps individuals with disabilities find a job and be more independent. Here's your host, Kim Jump.
Deborah Winston is a senior vocational rehabilitation counselor at Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities with the Bureau of Services for the Visually Impaired. In this episode, you will hear from Deborah about the services she provides to individuals who are blind or have low vision, including services that supported a participant named Annette Beauchamp. In Annette's words, "Because of your services and staff, even with my fears, I feel comfortable with how to function daily with limited vision." She went on to say, "My life has changed." Deborah, thanks for joining the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, I'm curious, your role in supporting individuals who are blind or have low vision is a special one in our agency. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. BSVI, that's the acronym. Well, we help people that are blind that want to continue to work, want to find work, want to better their lives in general. We help with basic things like orientation and mobility services. You have some people that have never been taught to ambulate on their own, to walk with a cane, and to get around inside and outside their home or their community. We provide things like low vision equipment such as basic things like lighting, to help them to be able to see in their homes and not trip over, their own shoes in their homes. We try to help them to live a better quality life. A lot of blind and low vision people have a fear. They don't venture far because they can't see. So we want to help them to function inside their home and outside. We help them with gadgets in the kitchen, so they can prepare their own meals safely. Gadgets that will help them operate a stove safely, things of that nature.
Yeah, well, it seems like those fears make sense, given that there would be a lot of safety concerns for someone, especially that had vision and then, is experiencing vision loss.
Absolutely. Those are the ones that are really difficult because the blindness is new and sometimes, sudden, and it takes a lot of patience to help them because they are still in denial and trying to figure out how to live their lives now. So absolutely, I've had people that tell me that, they go to pour a glass of water and the glass is upside down and they poured water all over the counter. And we have basic techniques to help them to function without doing little things like that. But you're absolutely right. They are very fearful if they lose their vision suddenly because it's a whole new world for them. Yeah.
I'm just thinking some of the individuals that you're meeting that this is a life change for them. They're just unaware of the gadgets, the technology, the resources that can help them.
You're absolutely right. We hear back from participants saying just that they had no idea, that you could put bump dots on your stove or your washer and dryer to help you understand the settings or, exactly how long you're putting something in the oven for. Little things that help them to do the basics that they took for those that could see, they took for granted, and for those that could never see, just didn't think they'd be able to do. So you're absolutely right. That's a lot of the joy too, just little basics like that. And helping. I have one participant who told me that she wasn't familiar with Coda Mainstream. She didn't know that she could get a bus that would come and pick her up at her home. and take her to work or to wherever she wanted to go. And one of my participants told me, thank you, because she said, I've been to the museum. She said, and I love the museum, and I haven't been in years because, she has nobody to take her or that wants to share that type of experience. But now with Coda Mainstream, she goes to the museum on a regular basis. So it's little things like that. It's just helping you to live your best life. A disability is one thing, but it doesn't have to stop you from living, a really full and happy life.
Yeah, a full and happy life and as independent as possible, and not as reliant on a friend to take you to the museum.
You're absolutely right. That is absolutely it too. The independence that it brings back to those that once had it and to those that never did is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
So we've kind of touched on, I'm picturing more mature adults and like a disability that's brought on with experiencing vision loss. How can OOD support younger people, and at what age can we start working to support maybe a young person who is blind or has low vision?
Oh, absolutely. We start at for age 14, and we can help the students that are blind or have low vision in school. Help them to gain that independence as well by providing technology that would assist them and getting their classes, getting their lessons, and being able to participate in class, even though they have that disability. We also help the young people with the very same things, with mobility, with summer youth service jobs in the summer to help them become more independent and to become more integrated into, society as a whole. So we try to help them. And it's great. I think it's great when you get them young like that because, you really have more time to help them to grow, to grow into that independence. We help them with college as well, so that, they can also have a career, and live like everyone else does. I almost wanted to say like normal, but that is so incorrect. But just to live like anybody else does that didn't have a disability.
That's wonderful. Deborah, let me ask you, what do you like best about your job?
I absolutely love helping people. I absolutely love helping people that didn't otherwise think they would be able to do something, or get a job, or go to school, or just live in their home, like I said, or just get on a bus and go to the museum. That kind of thing just warms my heart. So it's just so fulfilling to see people grow, to see them grow and change, grow into themselves, I call it, grow into yourself, and you can do whatever you want to do.
I love that. I had mentioned a participant that you were the counselor for, Annette. When did you first meet her?
I first met Annette. She was on my caseload in 2021. And she was such a sweet person. She was working at a place that she'd been for like 21 years, and had never, ever had assistance of any kind, orientation and mobility services. She didn't know anything about any of that. She didn't think she would ever be able to actually see. Annette was so sweet. She told me stories like she would walk down the street trying to catch the normal CODA bus, and her vision was really, really limited. And she told me she'd almost been hit by a car more than once because she didn't carry a cane. They don't know she's blind and can't see. And she's been almost hit by a car a couple of times. She says, I walk on people's lawns and they tell me to get off their lawn, because she can't see where she's going. And I told her, I said, you know what? We are going to change all of that for you. all of that. We're gonna get you a cane. We're gonna get you some orientation and mobility services.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach you about CODA mainstream so that you're not on the regular bus, CODA, which is, you can't even see the signs. How do you know? So she was thrilled. She didn't think it was possible. She just didn't think it was possible. She thought her life was such as it was, such as it had been for years. So yeah, she was a delight to work with. She came in just wanting to more or less save her job because everything's going computer now, and you're having to read screens, and she couldn't do that. She couldn't read a computer screen. So we got her some rehab tech services to help her in that area, and she just kind of blossomed. She kind of grew. So she was a delight. She's such a sweetheart.
That's great. I think with that, we'll go to her voicemail.
Hi, Miss Deborah Winston. This is Annette Beauchamp, and I was just calling to say thank you. Your agency and the people that work for you that has helped me out, I wanted to just say thank you for all that you have done. The different items that they have given me, I do use on a daily basis and getting around my home. And when I do go outside, makes a difference. And being able to see and step and look around and just not, feel uncomfortable in my home or outside. The items help a lot. I appreciate the people that came out, and talked to me and enlightened me on different things. And it just makes my life a little bit better. And I just wanted to just call and say thank you for blessing me to stay blessed. That's all I wanted to just say thank everybody, because they don't know how much of a difference these little items and these little suggestions and the help and the reach out that they've done for me is so much appreciated. And it helps me so much. So, thank you. And have a good day.
And it's such a special voicemail that she left you. I know I've heard from our other counselors too, how much that means to hear back from participants and how their lives have improved.
Yeah. Truly. Hers was so, because it came in on a Sunday, and I was sitting here watching TV, and you could hear the voicemail coming in my work phone. I said, no, really? It's Sunday. Who are you? And when I listened to it on Monday, it was Annette. So, yes. Yeah, so for her it was really special, because I know she had to been coming back from something that she must have really enjoyed, to leave a voicemail like that. But because otherwise, who's thinking about OOD on the weekend?
She was thinking of you with much appreciation. That is an amazing thing. I love that. And Annette was able to work more than 20 years at Schmitz, but she did explain to me that, back in January 2022, she did retire because of her diminishing vision.
Yes.
And that wasn't easy. She had shared with me she misses the place, and that the staff there were, her second family. So that does lead me to a question for you, Deborah, and that's, our services in general are geared for individuals with disabilities that want to work. But what else are we able to offer individuals who are blind or who have low vision that, maybe, like Annette, they're to that point where, they're kind of done with the workplace. Tell us just briefly about the Independent Living Older Blind program that we have at OOD.
Yeah, the Independent Living Older Blind program is for individuals that are 55 and older, that do not want to work, they've retired or for whatever reason they don't want to work, that program is designed to help them to live safely and as independently as possible in their homes and in their communities. So we'll provide the same types of services, orientation and mobility services, rehab tech services, low vision services, but they are designed to do everything but to help them to work. But that's really appreciated when you're, 55 or and older and don't want to work. You still want to be safe and you want to be as independent as possible. So that's what that program is designed for.
Great. Well, Deborah, it's been a pleasure to hear from you about what you do and to hear Annette's appreciation for you.
Thank you. Absolutely. My pleasure. Pleasure talking with you too, Kim. Absolutely.
You keep up the good work. You're out there making a difference.
Thank you. I hope so. I like to think so.
A transcript of today's episode is available at ood.ohio.gov/podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating and review. We're on social media at Ohio OOD. Do you have a disability? Do you want a job? We can help. oodworks.com.